Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brent Bridgeman and you are watching the JFL boat build series. So what we're going to do today is I went and I bought a belt sander for block sanding. So we're going to walk up to the Dodge Challenger. So we're at the Challenger and this is what we bought. And it fits a 3-inch by 21-inch sanding belt. This is the Bauer 3-inch by 21 variable speed belt sander. So this is a plug-in belt sander. They wanted about 200 for the battery one, and I'd rather just use the corded. So let's get this unboxed. All right, so we got the belts, extra belts, 3 of them. Never know what's going to happen there, and I ended up getting the 50 grit. I think the machine comes with a 80 grit. I'm not sure, so we're going to unbox this now. When in doubt, rip it out. It's kind of a big unit, but when I'm working on boats and transoms, I figured I'll always use it. So it's going to be a good unit. It's supposed to have sock. There it is. So this is good because you can collect all the fiberglass dust in the bag. So that'd be a good thing. It might be a little cumbersome. Okay, it looks like it comes with 80 grit. We're not going to use the 80 grit. This has something to do with it. Aha, look at that. Look at that. But they make it so. Oh, okay, so we got that off there. That's funny. All right, let's take one of these. We're going to take a 50 grit because we're sanding the back. And then we'll take this little finer one and we'll put it on here. And these will be packed up to go to the new shop. Okay, so the exciting news about the new shop. It's 42 by 30. It used to be a volunteer fire department. It's on a small piece of land, less than 1/4 of an acre. But it's going to be perfect for the YouTube channel. And we're going to do some really cool stuff there. So I'm really excited to get that going. And we'll be able to work throughout the evenings there. So I'll be able to film a lot more content and keep bringing you guys the great boat builds. I think I got it. Look at that. So this little lever right here, for anyone that was wondering, this little lever pulls up and it loosens this belt. See that? So anyway, so we got it figured out. Oops. It's got to be straight. Well, I'm glad you guys are joining me. The episodes are starting to pick up. But once we get to the new building, it'll be a whole lot better for sure. So, all right. Not so much of the lake and more of the boat. There we go. All right, so I'm going to run this upside down first and foremost to make sure that the belt is tracking properly. All right, so I don't know if there's just one speed. Oh, there's a bunch of speeds. 6. We're going to start out on 1. We want to see if that belt's going to... Nope, we got to go the other way. See that? So we're going to come this way. Turn this knob right here. There we go. I'm going to turn this knob and it lets you center it. About right. About right there is where it wants to run. All right. So let's try this out, huh? Here we go. It makes fast work of it, that's for sure, but it is clogging up the paper. What I have found is that paper from Harbor Freight tends to be a little cheaper, but this is straight up fiberglass. But even if I go through 2 belts to get this down where it needs to be, then I've done the job the way it needs to be done. We're almost really close now. And this little ridge here is something that's factory from Ranger. Then the back of this was bent out a little bit. But we're going to flatten that where it's perfect. And then that way when we do this cap piece, it'll fit exactly perfect. So after I get done with the back of this, I'm going to block the top of this so this piece will fit before we go to glass it in. So this will eventually go right in here and it'll fit nice and neat, and then this will all be solid. This is actually going to, I'll use the Cavasil with the resin underneath this, and that way it'll bond together, and it'll be finished off with 50 grit on both pieces so they will adhere very well. Then this will all be one solid piece. Same with this, so the water will never come in. I also fiberglassed the inside rib, so the top cap is fiberglass all the way to these drain holes and all the way to here, so no water could ever come in the back of the boat because there's solid fiberglass joining the cap to the hull. So all right, let's continue. All right, yeah, that does a really good job. I'll have to pick up some protective eyeglasses because that dust is thick. What I'm going to do is change this belt out because this is, see how it's all caked up? So it's not really sanding very good anymore. So I'll take this one off. Oh, it actually locks. Look at that. Okay, well, that's good to know. So this one, we burned through it. As you can see, it's just clogged up. So this one is kind of toast, but that's okay because we got half of it sanded. And the only reason we bought the belt sander was to get that flat. So let's grab another 50 grit. Look how nice and easy that is. That is really cool. All right, so there, lock that down. Done deal. Just had to move the dial a little bit. Tell you what, it is heavy. This thing is, it works on your arms for sure. So I also bought a 17/32 drill bit, which is what these holes should be. Now, don't panic. I know where the holes are. I can drill them from the inside, or you can shine a bright flashlight here and see the exact circle. Then you put a dot with a black Sharpie for your drill bit and then drill. I'm going to drill this way, so I'll use the flashlight. I'll show you guys how that works. As soon as I get this fiberglass out of my eyes. Yeah, so this is not a fun job. As you can see, this is flat now. This is flat now. And this is flat down here. We got this area here to work. It's a little messy down here, but we're going to do a little more. I got to go into work at noon to deliver a car. And then, so I'm trying to get this episode knocked out really quickly. Back to work tomorrow, things like that. But the main thing is we want to get this to where next weekend we can gel coat this. Then we're going to put the outboard motor on here just for the move. We get to the new shop, we're going to build a outboard motor stand. Finishing the outboard, we're going to take all the covers off. We're going to repaint the entire motor. Make sure that the prop, I'm going to send the prop to the prop shop. Make sure that the prop is dialed in. In a couple months, we're going to buy the Bob's machine, hydraulic jack plate, a 10-inch setback. And the reason it's going to take so long is they have a candy red colored one. So what I want to do is run the candy red, but it takes 2 months to get it because it's powder coated. So anyway, we're going to do that, and that's what's taking so long. Just for the sole purpose of the move, I can put the outboard on here and just trim it up just for the move. It's only, I think it's about 15 miles from here to the lake house. So anyway, let's finish this up. We got stuff to do today. All right, So that's going to need a little bit of finish work. Well, that's terrible. I just drilled all those holes and you guys didn't get to watch it. That's not good. I didn't know it wasn't filming. Anyway, the holes are drilled. Now I'm just taking a piece of 60 grit and I'm going around the outer edge of that, because when I go to gel coat this, I want the gel coat to go on that edge. So I'm just smoothing out that part where we drilled through with the drill bit. Alright. Just makes that edge so it doesn't have a sharpness to it. But all the holes are drilled. The back pieces are flat. The next step will be we'll run some gel coat on it next weekend. I gotta get in gear. I gotta head to work. That fiberglass gets all over everything. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me, and that's episode 25 of getting that back transom ready so we can gel coat it and bolt the outboard to it. We'll see you guys next weekend, weather permits. Thank you.